Welcome, everybody, to episode 32 of the Modern Day Morons podcast. We're your hosts, Liam,
Braden,
Jacob.
Nice,
Us.
flawless on the
really
first
good intro.
time. Yeah, it's just
Rare
that.
for us.
We got some good news on this podcast, some bad news. So we'll start off with the lighthearted stuff. Have you guys been doing your word a day Wordle? Because I know I have been.
No, sir.
I actually I did one yesterday. And then I did one like 2 or 3 days ago.
Okay.
So technically yes, but I wouldn't say I haven't done it every day.
Yeah, Wordle's a fun way to wake up. It gets me out of bed in the morning.
How is this lighthearted? Is there I feel like there's some bad news coming by. I just feel like you're gonna slap me with like
what's the Wordle?
The guy who made Wordle is actually like a serial killer.
We're no longer doing bait and switches in this positive vibe podcast. I wholeheartedly enjoy Wordle. And it's fun. It's a fun little word game. I find it's great first thing in the morning. It wakes up your brain a little bit. It gets you thinking, gets you some word association. And it's an interesting concept for a game that I'd like everyone to, I don't care whether or not you play it, but I recommend it because it's a fun.
Go play Wordle.
It's a fun way to start your day. Yeah, if you just Google Wordle and it's the first result, everybody gets the same word of the day and you only get one word a day. So, like, if you play it right now, it's pretty fun. It's essentially, for those of you who haven't played Wordle, it's pretty simple. They're all 5-letter words. You get 6 chances. You type a word. If there's a yellow letter, that means the letter's in the word but not in the right place. If it's a green letter, that means it's the right letter in the right place. And if it's gray, that means that letter's not in the word whatsoever. And you just have 6 tries to guess the word.
Cool.
So it's a fun way to activate your brain in the morning.
I dig it.
It is kind of nifty, I'll be honest.
It's pretty fun. But moving on, I feel like we'd be remiss to not acknowledge the Freedom Convoy happening right now in the great state of Canada. Yes,
boy.
Jacob.
I just want to mention, I was going to actually mention this before you talked about it. Your current outfit makes me think that you support it. You look like you support the truckers.
Listen, I don't support bigotry and hate. I support people's rights. And the right to truck is number 1 up on that list. You take away my right to truck, and we're going to have an issue. And I'm going to drive my truck.
Okay.
No, but in all seriousness, I wish I went to Enfield when they were heading off to that. And I kind of wanted to go to Ottawa to do like a Channel 4 all gas, no brakes type interview style. Because I would love nothing more. There was literally, as I was at work today at the gas station, there was a car setting up and they were putting like the letters like Convoy for Freedom 2022 on the back. And I was hoping I would get off before they left. They left at like 1:30. I was off at 2. If I was off before they left, I was literally going to go up with them on the phone, pretend to be a supporter and say, hey, I'm doing a podcast. We support the truckers, trying to get an interview and just get like the best interview possible and then play it on this podcast. But
that would have been fucking fantastic.
What
a shame. What a
I was
shame.
watching them the entire time. I'm like, please don't leave. Please don't leave. And it took them like 20 minutes to get their Canadian flag like wrapped up inside their trunk. So it was but I was like so looking forward. So if there's any more like protests like this way, I'm gonna make my way to them and see what interviews I can get with people because I think that'd be some quality content.
So I haven't really been following this all that much. I've seen the things on Instagram and I've obviously heard about it through work a little bit, but like I think the gist of it, if I'm remembering correctly, is like something they don't want to get vaccinated, or there's like something about like vaccination being mandatory. Oh yeah, Liam, we got a fucking PowerPoint.
This is just to highlight some of the things about the convoy. I made a quick little for truck's sake, which will also
holy shit.
This will be the title of the podcast, for truck's sake. Thought of it at work at 6:34 a.m. But I made this little PowerPoint to highlight some of the things I found on Twitter about the convoy, and this will really give you all relevant information you need to know. Yes, Braden?
No, I was just gonna say, Jacob, I just realized your Pog emoji is animated now. That's hype.
It is animated now. Twitch did as well.
Sadly, it doesn't show the animated on that, but
it's okay. Yeah, you get the idea. I got a couple animated emotes. Some of them are pretty cursed.
Yeah. Anyway,
Carry on.
We'll get right into it. So the first slide, The truckers defaced the Terry Fox statue, which is
No way.
2 thumbs down.
That's what? What? You defaced the Terry Fox statue.
And
they put a fucking hat on him.
They also pissed on the grave of the unknown soldier.
What?
Yes.
This seems like a very professional, productive protest.
You joking me, right? This is like
This is real. You can doodle it. This is 100%.
What the fuck, man? Why Terry Fox? What is it? What is his relation to the vaccine mandates for?
They're saying if he was, they literally said in a statement, if he was alive right now, he'd be supporting them and he'd be running for freedom.
I'm sure
the
the
flag is upside down.
Immunocompromised Terry Fox would be so against vaccine mandates. Oh boy,
that's a good catch, Lemon. That's what a lot of Canadians are doing right now. It's kind of like a defiance move, is to hand the flag upside down. So that is a good catch. I'm glad you brought that to our attention. On the next slide, we see this beautifully made meme. I crossed out a word. As you can see, it's totally not just made in Word. My favorite part about this photo is the maple leaves. You can see they were transparent, put into an image, and they have the transparent background behind them. And just copy and paste it. And then you got this truck superimposed in the left.
So you're saying that you didn't make this one?
I did not make this. The only thing I added was
like
the
something the Onion would make.
Yeah, no, this was a legitimate, any memes I show are not, they're not facetious, they're not ironic memes, they're actual memes I found from Freedom accounts on Twitter.
Liam, this is the best content you've brought to this podcast ever. I'm enamored with this. Continue, please.
Thank you. On the next slide, I call this slurring for soup. A couple of people in the Freedom Convoy assaulted workers at a soup kitchen after they tried to save some food for the homeless people that they were meant to feed, not the truckers, because the truckers came in for food. And to read a quote, one of the people who used services in the shelter was assaulted, she said. My understanding is that our security guard was able to defuse the situation. Unfortunately, that person was subjected to racial slurs from the people who were assaulting the person who was using our services, but they were able to bring that person back to the shelter. So essentially, a homeless person was eating soup and got in a confrontation with the convoy, and a security guard was subjected to racial slurs when they tried to break up the incident after the soup slurper was assaulted.
Wow. So
hell of a sentence.
That's that's a lot to take in. That is a lot to take in. So again, what are these?
Please hold all questions to the end of the presentation.
Of course.
This next one was a tweet I found, which I found hilarious. I'm in my hotel room listening to the Freedom Convoy outside, which is now blasting Mambo number 5 for the 3rd time in the hour. So this part I could get behind is them just outside Parliament Hill blasting Mambo number 5.
Incredible. Supporters also post First Nation. Bunked photos 2 years old. Jesus. Okay.
What else? And then I think that this is the last slide. These are 2 more photos I found. Also, you gotta say, if they weren't truckers, they'd certainly be graphic designers, because these are.
This is like high key, like graphic design is my passion energy, and I love it.
For example, Justin Trudeau tested positive for a new variant, Coward-19.
Oh, that's a singer, baby.
Symptoms: fear of truckers and patriotic Canadians, may suffer from withdrawal from public view and prolonged loss of respect.
That's right, brother.
Damn. But they sure got him.
Those were some of the highlights from the trucker convoy. But
wow.
Essentially, the leader of the convoy was also found out to be a racist. There have been some Nazi flags, Confederate flags, and Don't Tread on Me flags, which were taken over by QAnon last year. Now, obviously, some of the truckers are just legitimate truckers, but it kind of went from a trucker convoy to a freedom convoy. And so now we're approaching levels of January 6th at Capitol Hill energy from the States.
That is much what I'm getting right now.
And so it's
a similar feeling.
Yeah, it went from protest to insurrection real quick. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. But apparently there's just thousands of truckers in Ottawa right now and a lot of other people. And it's really turned into a more no COVID mandates issue.
Which is I'm kind of shocked by this because I know that we have our fair share of hogs, Alberta, come on. No offense, but Alberta, Saskatchewan. Come on.
Hello.
Come on.
Sorry. Try that again.
We have our types, but this is just not what I don't know. I just wasn't expecting any of this kind of shit. And again, it's like I understand that it's weird to be mandating vaccines on people, but I mean they're truckers, right? That's kind of their whole thing. They go between places. I mean, I feel like that's a fairly reasonable ask, right? Like, am I going crazy with that, or is that?
No, I think you're right.
Okay.
Wait, so you hate freedom?
Apparently I do. It's like, and again, I think obviously if there's immunocompromised truckers who can't get the vaccine, don't get the vaccine, right? And I don't think you should have to lose your livelihood over that, but maybe just do local truck runs in that case. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just and by the way, none of these people are fucking immunocompromised truckers, for the record. I'm as an example. Wild. Absolutely wild.
Yeah. Thoughts, Jacob?
I don't know if there's really much that I need to speak on this situation. I mean, I feel bad for many reasons, but also partially because I feel like there's probably some truckers involved in this whole debacle who were I don't want to be vaccinated or forced to be vaccinated, and that's where they stopped. That was their whole point. Probably a lot more truckers than you'd think are in this, and then all of a sudden it's oh, we're also racists and Nazis now.
So that's the other thing.
I joined this convoy to try and not get vaccinated, which I personally don't understand, but now they're also involved in some shit that they probably outright are not about, right? But unfortunately for them, just because they have a bad take, they've now been struck with all of these bad takes.
So that's what I'm wondering too, because all I've been seeing really about this is hearing about it on a business side, and also seeing it from white girls' Instagram stories where it's these are white supremacists. So I'm also wondering where that's coming from. You know what I mean? I have not been keeping up on this. My brain is kind of rotted over the last couple of years of the world falling apart that it's very hard for me to care.
Yeah. Well, I think it started in a good place of just the mandates kind of limiting their abilities cross borders. And also 90% of truckers are vaccinated.
Yeah.
So there's that too. And then it really got taken over by the freedom movement and Corona mandates, and it just went really widespread. And then, believe it or not, this might shock you, one of the ringleaders of this, who's now at the rallies speaking a bunch and hyping people up, is your boy Maxime Bernier, leader of the People's Party of Canada.
Of course.
And so they're going to do better next election, and I bet he wins his seat next election if he changes districts. But yeah, no, there's a lot going on, and it turned bad quickly, and it's kind of which kind of sucks too, because I was thinking we had passed the whole division stage and we we're kind of healing as a country and kind of moving forward, but this is just putting a spike in that.
I was also under that impression for the last little while too, that things were starting to get better. That a lot of these conversations were finally slowing down a bit, and this wasn't something that we were going to constantly be so at odds about, but clearly that didn't happen. And I think people are just broken forever now. Maybe I think this pandemic really just broke a whole generation of people, especially the susceptible older folks on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
It's been a lot. Also, the other thing is I know we're making fun of those memes that they made and how shitty they are, but I also have to say that they look very similar to the ones that came from Russian bot farms. You know what I mean?
And those memes do numbers. Those were not hard to find.
That's what I'm saying. And it's if you look, I remember there was a study posted a couple weeks ago that a lot of the ones spreading COVID misinformation and stuff came from 8 sources.
Yeah.
It was 8 sources making memes, and they're all the same shitty kind of memes that got spread around on Facebook 1,000 times by these Herman Cain Award winners. You know what I mean? It's wild.
Yeah. But I mean, also too, as a as a trucker myself, I've logged almost 100 hours in Euro Truck Simulator. I can see where they're coming from.
Of course.
And those long days on the road, you're left with nothing but your thoughts, and that can kind of work you into a frenzy. You know, you can hype yourself up and be like, you have no one to bounce ideas off of, so you just get more and more sure of your own thoughts. And then also, I mean, a convoy would be kind of fun to be like in just a fucking train of truckers, but also they're just kind of like throwing trash everywhere, and just like 30 people go into a restaurant and just kind of overwhelm them. But I want to see you guys talk for a second, because when you brought up troll farms, it reminded me of a statistic about how many of the top pages on Facebook are actually just troll farms.
Yeah, it's quite a few of them.
Right.
The other thing too, Liam, and it might be on your schedule already here, but I'm just wondering if we have anything on you know, the geopolitics going on right now.
Oh yes.
Okay, cool. We'll touch on that then. Good.
Oh, I'm so excited to talk about the world going to shit. It's just so
That's
fun.
it's a constant on this show.
Honestly, I don't know how many times today I've said I wish I could retire from living. I think it's been at least 3. Just today. Just today. Today has tested me. Last week was a rough week for me. Thankfully better now, but dude, fuck.
That's good to hear. But yeah, fuck.
The world is a terrible place.
Yeah.
It really is, and it's like it is just very hard to like, not just constantly want to take a forever nap.
The big sleep.
The big sleep.
So I found those statistics. So this was during kind of the election stuff, but as of October 2019, around 15,000 Facebook pages with a majority U.S. audience were being run out of Kosovo and Macedonia, known bad actors. Collectively, those troll farm pages reached 140 million U.S. users monthly. The troll farm pages included and combined to form the largest Christian American page on Facebook, 20 times larger than the next largest, reaching 75 million users monthly, 95% of whom had never followed any of the pages. The largest African American page on Facebook, 3 times larger than the next largest, the second largest Native American page on Facebook, and the 5th largest women's page. And so, like, these guys are not even like acting. These guys aren't even following these pages, and they're still getting on the feed and reaching just massive audiences. And then they have been known to do things. I heard one example of them like arranging like a pro-freedom rally across the street from like a Muslim rally or something, and just they're actually just like causing like public dissent and chaos, which is it's a good tactic if we're entering World War III. That is definitely a good strategy to get the masses at each other's throats.
For sure, yeah, that's what we need. Definitely. Speaking of, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we're all like perfect drafting age.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot. Yeah, I was like, if we get drafted, I mean, we kind of lit if we all got drafted in the same unit, but also not, because usually like the same unit doesn't return the same. So like,
it might be the 2 morons or even one
or the
moron
one
podcast. The non-moron podcast.
We're just like podcasting, and there's like we're being mortar strikes.
I do like the idea that if we got drafted, we'd keep the podcast up as like a weekly installment, just going through the war.
How would that work? Would we just like write it on notes and just send it home and have other people read it for us?
I like the idea of like whoever comes back from the war has to continue the podcast. It's just like Braden, very sad, just having breakdowns every 10 minutes. But do you see that one TikTok on it was like the it was like a guy in the Russian army, and it's them mobilizing towards the Ukraine border, and they're all marching towards it.
Yeah, so that's what I did want to talk about. So, wow, a lot of. It seems like every year now we start off with like World War III trending on Twitter, which is not fun, but you know, it's this one seems like pretty legit though, because
if there was. Sorry, go on.
Oh no, he has to talk. This is me. This is background.
Go ahead, Drew.
If there was, hello. If there was something to cause a world war, I think Ukraine and Russia would certainly be big enough.
They're up there
to cause one. It's not like fucking Gibraltar attacking Italy or something.
They've also been doing like weapons tests right off the Irish coast, and like the Irish fishermen are all upset because it's kind of fucking with the fish. And Ireland's Ireland's not even part of NATO, so they're just not even like involved. They're a very neutral country. Their navy is only like 7 ships. So if Russia
had a
shows
bigger
up,
navy,
yeah. It is crazy though, right?
It's a good callback.
I think there's a couple things to focus on here. So like the first thing is, not good. Putin obviously going for some sort of like power play here, whether he actually intends to take Ukraine or not, which of course he wants to. That's what Russia's wanted for like 40 fucking years. Or actually forever. Since the USSR broke up. So yeah, like 40 years. But I don't know if he's going for some sort of like power play to try and get the Russian people back, because I know right now he has like very low ratings. Like he's not popular at the moment. He's still Putin, so he's still probably going to win the next election. But I don't know if he's trying to like rally up some sort of nationalistic sense in, especially in the youth or something. But the other thing is too, I think he should know that war is fucking expensive, and that's not going to work. If a war does happen, all those youth that he wants to fucking, you know what I mean? It's not going to go over well. Then the other side of things that I want to mention on too is just like the fact that the US is talking about putting sanctions down on Russia. And it's like, I don't know, Joe. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if this is the best course of action right now. Okay.
Poke the bear.
Exactly. I don't think we should be poking the bear. Okay. Cause like Putin's a crazy motherfucker. Okay. And he has 7,000 fucking nuclear warheads. Including the Tsar Bomba, which is the largest nuclear warhead ever created. So I'm just saying, like, not the best idea. Like maybe we shouldn't be threatening. Like maybe you shouldn't be threatening Russia. And I know Canada's aiding the Ukraine, which is also surprising. I think we sent like 120 million in aid or something, which isn't massive or anything. But I'd rather if the US was doing that, like helping Ukraine in whatever way. But even then, it's just like I feel like we should just stay out of it. I think all this does is lead from it being some regional war into it being a world war.
Oh, they've sent
if something were to happen.
There's Canadian troops in Ukraine.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure didn't the US send out forces either to the Ukraine or to like another bordering country, like they're in like Afghanistan or something, or not Afghan, but you know what I mean. I think they're in Iraq or something again now, like a heavier presence is in Iraq, or Iran or whatever. I can't remember the specifics of it, but yeah, either way, it's not pretty.
No, it's not. And I mean, realistically, it's like we're already like by sending. Obviously, the States and Canada aren't going to support Russia, but by going over there, you are creating the teams like we're about to play some type of game. And normally you don't create a team unless you're actually going to play the game that you're about to play. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like Russia does not care about spending money or spending lives.
You wouldn't line up to play Red Rover if you weren't going to call people over. You know what I'm saying?
No.
And also the motherfuckers are lined up is the problem.
And I feel like there's a good chance too that Russia just invades Ukraine and the rest of the world might just be like,
well, what do you do?
And that's the thing. And I think that's what's so scary about it right now, though, too, is that it's like, and like Hayden says here, Putin really is indifferent to human life. I mean, the guy's like a trained KGB like killer who just happily, accidents his political opponents out hospital windows. So like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't see any of this ending well.
Also, he's 69 years old. Nice. But yeah, so he's old. Which means
he's looking good for 69.
The thing is, hear me out, right? He is one terminal diagnosis away
from just destroying the whole world.
Yeah, like
I figure if he's going, he's taking us all with him, right?
Yeah. So
I just figure that's the kind of guy he is.
I hope not. One thing I was gonna say, I didn't realize he was that old, but like 69, you still got a good 20 years left. But like
he is also like 100 billionaire from all of his
I think
money, so
he'll have
he'll be all
good
right.
support.
His house is worth like $5 billion.
Yeah, it's insane.
But one thing that
pull that up.
The thing is, if you use one nuke, everything is gone, right? Because like one nuke is always going to be followed by another nuke. Like there's no way we just let one nuke reign. If any happen, they all happen. Is what I figure.
Yeah.
It's a nice house.
It's $1.5 billion American.
Damn.
So that's like 8 billion Canadian. It's not like a horse chat. Dude, it's
insane. And by the way, he claims he claims and still claims to this day that his only salary for his entire time being president of Russia has been $160,000 a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Totally.
For sure.
Very.
I mean, like, why even lie about it? It's like, who the fuck's gonna stop you, anyways? So yeah, I run the mafia. It's like, okay, I guess.
Dude, what if like Putin and like the other world leaders just go on handshake and they're like, okay, so World War III, it's happening. Nobody use any of the nukies. We're gonna go old fashioned with this one. But
well, that's the thing. Like, I think if a world war were to happen, I don't think any nukes would happen. Luckily, because
you'd hope
that
so.
means everything's over. You know what I mean? Like, there's no coming back from that.
My whole thing is though, because right now, what like Kaiden said, it's Cold War II, right? But the thing is, we never really left the Cold War. Okay, yes, the USSR crumbled. Yeah, the Cold War didn't really stop though, Hazel. It didn't really stop because what happened is instead of once we had these nuclear bombs, we went from that into her name's Sylvie. We went from that into this Cold War where it was this arms race of building as many bombs as possible, right? And making sure that we were scaring the shit out of enemies. And that's what everybody was trying to do to each other, right? But then that transitioned into just fighting proxy wars, but in countries that don't actually have nuclear weapons, right? But like Russian, you know what I mean? Like Russian forces fighting forces in Yemen, you know what I mean? But also like shit like that. I don't know. It's just like,
yeah, the Cold War just got colder, but
it just got way colder. But my whole thing is I always think about that Albert Einstein quote, which is, I know not which weapons World War III will be fought with, but I know World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. And I think that really rings true in this scenario, because again, if we are at a point where it's a world war, and again, you have these powers that don't want to lose. And again, we have this mutually assured destruction, but at the same time, the system we live under is kind of a mutually assured destruction for like 99% of people. And a lot of people who run the show are okay with that. So it's like, are they really going to care that much? If it, you know what I mean? They got bunkers. I'm just saying. I don't know.
I mean, also you look at it just on a time span issue, and it's like every civilization up until ours has ended at some point. Like Rome was the biggest one. I'm pretty sure Rome lasted longer than our current one. I have no idea how long the Roman. I'll do all that right now. But so it's like, will ours end? I assume not, but I feel like we just assume not because we're currently in it.
One thing Harvey and I were literally just discussing, and I realized I'm actually sitting here typing when I could talk, is Harvey's saying that technically there's not enough nukes theoretically to destroy the entire planet.
Mm-hmm. But
now because there's less nukes. But my thought is like, sure, maybe we don't destroy every square foot of land mass around with a nuke, but like if one nuke comes, you think the truckers not wanting vaccines is going to be a big problem? Like, how the fuck are you going to get food? Do you know how to, farm? What are you going to eat when your grocery store and every grocery store within 6,000 square miles of you is gone? How are you gonna say
Freedom Convoy would stop nuclear attacks?
Well, not even if it's like the physical infrastructure is gone, power grids are going to go down. There's going to be ash and nuclear winter, which is
that's my other point too.
Which is going to like fog over because like all the ash and radiation isn't going to go out into space. It's going to be contained and constantly circulating, suffocating all the crops, destroying food supply, and then it turns into a purge-esque situation until everyone dies of cancer.
Yeah. So that's the other thing too that I wanted to say is like, that's what I was thinking about when I first read this. And I was like, to ease my mind, I'm going to look at how many nuclear weapons there are on the, that Russia has. Right. And it's like, it's about 7,000. Right. And I was like, okay, that's like enough to blow up like a lot of major cities. Right. There's like,
every major city in the world.
Every major city in the world. Right. Halifax, I don't know if we'd be on that list, but
the ocean, we buy the ocean.
Exactly. but also that's the other thing too. We are a port, so that actually might be rather important now that I think about it. So maybe, but anyway,
I think there's enough. I think they have enough nukes to send one our way, just like a spare, just chuck some change to the poor kind of thing.
But that's my whole point. Is like even if we don't get hit directly, it is going to be. In fact, I'd rather be directly hit with a nuke than like have to deal with the literal fallout like situation that would arise afterwards. I don't know.
Okay, so
I take instant atomization. That's all I'm saying.
Hypothetical time. What does everyone do when you find out you have 30 minutes until the nuke drops?
Just hang out. What do you want me to do? Yeah. Where am I supposed to go?
Call my parents. Tell my mom. Call my friends.
I drive to the McKay Bridge and I just look out over to the harbor and smoke one final dart as humanity ends.
Mm-hmm. That would be a cool view, I guess.
Much like that's much like something my astronomy professor once said.
That's where I stole it from.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't know if you would. Do you think you'd make it to the McKay Bridge in 30 minutes? Can you imagine all the fucking mass amount of cars?
I mean, I may as well. I don't have anywhere else to be.
Yeah. Where the fuck? Like, where are people gonna be rushing though? You know what I mean? It's like 30 minutes. Where are we rushing?
I mean, probably.
No, but people will be.
I guess,
people will be though, like guaranteed. Yeah, sit here and watch Twitch. Yeah, I'll just boot up the live stream. Call all the homies.
Dude, you could watch like 30 Twitch streams and just see them being blacked out one by one. What that be
terrifying?
That'd be so ominous.
I don't like that.
That
conversation sucks.
I'm picturing now like, just the idea of someone with like a 30 monitor setup, just watching like all of these Twitch streamers in different countries. It's just each one just, oh no, that's the cut screen, black screen.
Do you guys hear that? It's like that. It's like terrifying. The end of Don't Look Up, which is a fantastic movie.
Really good movie. Yeah, really good movie. I was also thinking about that a lot when I started reading that we all might get nuked. So
I think we'll be fine, and if we are,
I do think we'll be fine at the end of the day. But yeah, most things continue
on many things that when you think of this whole situation, it's like there's not many. The best outcome is we don't go to war.
Yeah, 100%.
There's still a lot of shit going on right now.
But Jacob, how is Lockheed Martin gonna make more money?
I don't think they need to. Their stock is expensive enough.
I know.
Figure out how Shopify did it, and
Yo, we gotta drop ship these F-35s.
Send some to Russia. They'll pay.
Yeah, if things keep escalating, I might have to go over and handle the situation. I'll just.
I might have to step in.
Dude, how great would that interview be? An all gas, no brakes thing, but it's on the Ukrainian-Russian border. And you're interviewing like Ukrainian and Russian troops.
They would kill you.
It'd be incredible.
No, they wouldn't kill me if I went over to Russia waving a Russian flag.
And then came back to Ukraine with a...
Well, I probably got shot in the back, but...
Yeah, on either direction, yeah. Oh, better idea. You have a two-sided flag.
The wind blows the wrong way, and all of a sudden both sides are shooting at me.
Yikes. Man, that conversation sucked.
Yeah, we should send the truckers over to Ukraine. Have some Euro Truck Simulator.
Yeah.
But,
wait, hold on. Why don't we just send the Freedom Truckers over? They'll get this all figured out. Where's the opposite of Freedom? That's easy, yeah.
Yeah, they should release like a new mod pack for Euro Truck Simulator where the whole map is just nuclear fallout and everything is ruined. The roads are full of like empty cars.
Nuclear winter DLC.
Half of the highways are blown out.
Or they have like FreedomConvoy DLC and it's just you sitting in gridlock, moving up every like minute, and just like on your way to Ottawa. But it'll be interesting. It'll be kind of there's something I like about the aesthetic of like being drafted. If like everyone was drafted, I mean it would suck and there'd be mass casualties. But just kind of, but also I don't feel that patriotic to be like, gotta protect Canada's interest.
That's my whole thing. Is like I don't want to kill anybody in the name of my fucking country. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care enough about Canada.
I also don't want to get killed for Canada. Yeah, frankly.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm sure Canada's a cool. Like, I'm glad I was born in Canada, but like, being glad and being ready to the point of killing because I was born in Canada. It's like, yeah, Canada's dope. I'm happy I was born here. I don't want to shoot that guy because I was born here, though. What?
That's
How
how
did I get here?
the main theme the new the Kingsman prequel's about. I watched that. That's pretty solid. Not as good as the other two, in my opinion, but still
it's out?
worth a watch.
Is
Yeah,
it out? Oh shit.
yeah, it's
Was
pretty
decent,
solid.
though?
What?
It was decent though.
It was decent. It was like you don't go in with expecting it to be as good as the other two. I mean, some people didn't like the second one. I just enjoy that style. This
Mhm.
one's like longer and more British, but it's still got some
British.
enjoyable parts, and it really covers the theme about like dying for one's country and such. But
You
it's,
know what's really good is the new Demon Slayer season, which you should watch, Liam.
I don't watch anime other than actually. Okay, so I've kind of seen the third one. Again, I didn't really watch it though. I was playing Euro Truck, and some guy on the Discord I was in was watching it, so I threw it up on my second monitor. It was a weird fucking one. It was like, but my other
What show
two.
was it?
It's called Made in Abyss.
That's a cool show. I liked Made in
Have
Abyss.
you? Do you not remember? I mean, it deals with a lot of like children aspects, and it got a little weird sometimes.
It's a very like haunting show if you actually get into it.
And then we also watched the.
Yeah, no, it's a cool ass show.
And then we watched the movie, which is kind of like the continuation of whatever.
I haven't seen the movie, but man, it sounds like you saw a lot of a third anime. I'm gonna be honest.
Just all that had been released, but again, I was just on the side monitor. I would never watch it solo.
Yeah, of course. So you haven't ever watched a third? Yeah, you're a liar. Watch more anime, dude. You're honestly missing out.
No, it's a matter.
Demon
of
Slayer
principle.
is such a fucking good show.
That's why my sister spammed me to watch that like back in the day, like 30 times. I was just like, no, I don't watch anime. That being said, new Attack on Titan episode drops today. I gotta watch that after this.
Honestly, I'm not vibing too hard with this new part of the season.
Are you caught up? Like, have you seen all 3 episodes? You haven't seen today? Have you seen today's episode? No, dude, I'm liking it, bro. It's pretty action. I mean, I kind of like the last episode with the whole Zeke going back kind of thing.
See, they're trying to big brain it too much in my mind. Like, you're overcomplicating something that could have been fun, and now you're like, oh, fucking Pythagorean theorem, calculus, we're in space.
But
what the fuck?
Those fight scenes.
What?
The fight scenes in the first few episodes were pretty sick, though.
Yeah,
for what show again? Sorry,
out today.
Attack on Titan.
Okay, of course.
Demon Slayer this season is better than Attack on Titan, and they're both airing on Sunday at the same time, or maybe not the same time, but they both come out today. Demon Slayer is the superior show, at least this season, hands down. Hands down.
That's a pretty hot take, and I haven't seen Demon Slayer, so I disagree.
Well, you should watch it, and then you can agree with me.
Let me guess. Does this guy slay demons? That's pretty predictable, man.
Yeah, he does. He does, actually. It's a good fucking... It's honestly so good. Braden, one of these days we're going to get you to watch anime.
I do
like consuming media.
I do love consuming media. I just need an anime that is like...
Start with Attack on Titan. That's
weird.
Like the perfect starting anime.
Yeah. It's like I can get weirder from there. I just need something that's like entry level.
I don't know if Attack on Titan would be the best starting anime. Have you seen Death Note?
I've watched the shitty Netflix adaptation, and I really liked a lot of the ideas. But
yeah,
so that's one I'd actually be interested in because I liked a lot of the ideas, but just hated the execution of it.
Death Note was my first anime. It's an okay one.
I mean, AOT is just so polished. I feel like it's a good starter one.
Mm-hmm. What about Full Metal Alchemist?
Thing is,
I hear a lot about Full Metal
Brotherhood. You're supposed to watch
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is a really good anime. You could watch that. It's a long one though. It's a big one to tackle for your first one.
Short one. Cowboy Bebop.
24 or 5 episodes. Cowboy Bebop's really good. You would like it, Liam. Braden would like it for sure.
I heard the Netflix Netflix adaptation got like canceled before it even released. It was so bad, or people disliked it so much.
I haven't even tried to watch the Netflix thing.
I don't have any interest in that, honestly.
Cowboy Bebop is pretty good, honestly. I personally
like One Punch Man.
Like it. Yeah, there you go. One Punch Man. I haven't even seen One Punch Man. All of it. It's like
I've only seen like first season.
It's a good anime, but like I got bored of it because obviously it's so predictable. But
it is the same thing every episode.
Good.
One Piece. That's only like 8,000 episodes.
It's actually over 1,000 now.
That's insane.
I was just looking the other day when I was acquiring my shows legally. That there was like episode 1010 or 15 or something.
That's what scares me about anime a little bit, right? It's like I can watch, what am I watching right now? I'm watching Euphoria right now. Euphoria is coming on tonight, right? That's like we're on the second season of that. There's only been like 11 or 12 episodes so far over like 3 years. Anime is just a lot of content.
But the thing is, if you find something that you really like let's say Game of Thrones. Let's say it never ended. Okay. Let's say they're still like
it keeps going, and it was good the whole time. Yeah,
I get what
you're saying.
I mean, I haven't gotten into One Piece, but like if you watch something and you like it, you might get a lot of it if you happen to like one of the good ones. Like Bleach has over like 200 or 300 episodes, I think.
Okay.
Hunter x Hunter has 151, I think. Super good anime, by the way. You should watch that too, Liam.
I'm still a big proponent of Tokyo Revengers, man.
I feel like you guys
like that more than AOT.
Tokyo Revengers is really good. Tokyo Revengers is sick. You could probably start with Tokyo Revengers, honestly.
It's an interesting one.
Yeah, you should start with Tokyo Revengers.
It's only like 24 episodes right now, 25, maybe 26. It's like in the mid-20s. They just did one full season.
And I can find most of this on like Crunchyroll or that other one, eh?
Tokyo also I have I'll link you to a site right now, Braden, that has...
Oh. Thank you.
But also they are Crunchyroll is worth it just for the simplicity. Most of these are on Crunchyroll, but if you ever just want to see something on browser, sorry, one second, I'm doing a call. Let's see.
There we go.
Cameron Copeland.
Hey man, can you fill up our lobby?
I cannot play CS at the moment. I'm currently preoccupied. That's why I went offline on Steam after you invited me. Thought you would get the message.
I actually didn't notice that. I was actually in the Discord and it says you're online.
It says on Do Not Disturb, actually. That's also another message.
I'm also on Do Not Disturb, but I'm also kind of like in the game right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, if I want to play CS, I'd be in the lobby, eh?
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Figure it out. Get you, bud.
You're such a fucking cunt. Holy shit.
Yeah, Tokyo Revengers. It has 24 episodes, which is so easy to consume.
And that season finale hits, so it'll make you.
Are you okay with subtitles?
I watched everything English. Okay. Even
yeah,
you can't. I fucking love subtitles.
I don't watch anything dubbed.
I've also I remember the one time I ever tried watching something dubbed was the first season of Squid Game. When that came out,
I heard the dubs for that were terrible.
Because Chess was like, "Oh, I don't know, we'll try it with the dubs, right?" At first, and I was like, "I don't know, man. I'm usually a subs kind of guy, and he likes subs anyway, right?" But we tried it with the dub for a couple minutes, and just immediately we were both like, "This is awful."
There's only one anime that I've heard is good and dubbed, and it's called like Ghost Stories, I think.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's the one my sisters sent me screenshots of that. That's kind of
Ghost Stories is one of the stupidest fucking anime, and I hate it. It's really, really shitty, but it's funny if you watch it in the English dub. But that's the only appeal of the show, is watching it in the English dub. The show itself sucks. It's terrible anime. Yeah.
Have you accepted Jesus as your personal savior? Yeah,
it's my sister show.
My sister watched this one. She also watched that one. I forget what it's called. One of you guys will know it. It's about like a high school volleyball team.
IQ.
Sure.
That's the one.
Now Tokyo Revengers, I really vibed with. Like, it's hard to get an anime with a just good production value as AOT. I feel like that's gotta be one of the top in terms of like money spent on an anime. Mm-hmm. And Tokyo Revengers is definitely a bit more crude, but it's just also that's one I would recommend watching on this site I sent you, not on Crunchyroll. Because one thing I didn't find out is Crunchyroll actually has the censored version, which is weird because they don't censor. It's not noticeably censored, but it's stuff like they censor a lot of the gang stuff because there's a lot of gangs in this one. And so if there's like a gang of motorcyclists, they'll have like the headlights like blur them out mostly. It's stuff you don't really pick up on, but it's just probably better to watch.
I think I remember seeing something about that on like Reddit a while back.
I might have.
Or you
Yeah, I
might
might have
even
done that on the
sent-
podcast
or
where I
sent it or
showed
You
something.
did,
Yeah.
you did
Yeah.
talk about
Okay,
it.
that was it. Yeah, I was gonna say I remember seeing that now that it's been brought up, like of like an actual comparison, being like that's a weird thing to do.
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen's also really good. I'd recommend that.
My sister showed me the intro to that, trying to get me into it. And the only thing that almost got me into it was the panda doing parkour.
It gets better. I honestly,
better
I
than
really fuck
Panda
with Dr.
Parkour?
Stone. I haven't met many people who watch Dr. Stone.
Shay
It's kinda
recommended
fucking
that
weird.
one to me.
It's
He
kind
said-
of weird, but it's very interesting at the same time.
Yeah,
Worth
Shay
a
recommended
watch.
me two.
Not
He
my
recommended
favorite.
me that one, and he recommended me Steingate.
Steins Gate's good, but
Okay.
it's a really good one. But I wouldn't watch it yet. It's not. I wouldn't say it's like your third or fourth anime. Just
Yeah.
not worth.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll get more into anime, but I feel like I feel like I gotta watch Death Note and Full Metal Brotherhood. I feel like those are two kind of like ones people have to hit if they consider themselves anime watchers.
Yeah, Brotherhood's good. Jujutsu Kaisen, I would definitely put on that list. I mean, if you really want to consider yourself an anime watcher, you watch Hunter x Hunter. That is the first long series that you watch, and you love 75% of it because it's a really dog shit arc, and I hate it, and it's just worldwide renowned as a terrible decision.
Well, one of my friends
It's a
was
good
saying
show.
the new season of Demon Slayer is pretty good, but I don't trust his opinion
Yeah.
on much. So.
Yeah, I heard the same thing actually.
Oh yeah.
Demon Slayer is super good. Honestly, the second season's better than the first, in my opinion, so far.
Wow.
Which you love to see. I guess.
What about have you guys watched any JoJo? Was it
Yeah,
bad?
I have.
Was
I watched
it
the first season. I downloaded the second season. So I have the second season.
Mhm.
I've obtained.
I haven't started watching it. I wouldn't recommend it as your first anime. It's a very anime-y anime.
Okay, gotcha. I always see like JoJo references, and I don't understand them.
I've watched a lot of anime, and I'm not so tapped out on anime that I don't have a better anime to watch, in my opinion.
I feel like this would be a good fucking a good merch quote. And it's just like the three of our faces with like animated.
Well, Braden has to watch one anime, and you.
I'll watch one anime, and then also if we could, let's get like an artist to draw us anime style for that merch.
I mean, honestly, like, just do a fucking Lord of the Rings watch party, except it's an actual good anime.
I mean, what's the difference?
Don't watch
I mean,
the whole thing in a day.
You could though. I mean, like, if I'm looking.
I mean,
at
you could. You could
Tokyo
watch
Revengers
Tokyo Ghoul Tokyo Revengers in a day.
Tokyo Revengers, because that's 24 episodes, but that's only like 8 hours of content.
They're 30-minute episodes.
God, that's such a good end. I think I like that one more than Attack on Titan, in my opinion.
Really?
It is better than Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan's more like Attack on Titan's a great anime that you should watch because it's very like
high production,
cinematic, high production value, and it's kind of like it hits a lot of like I don't watch a lot of anime, but it hits what I imagine are a lot of like the keystones of an anime, like the key pillars.
It's a nice thing because it's something that could never be done if it were recorded by people. Like it could not. It's not a show that could ever be acted out by human actors.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense. Yeah,
it would look terrible, and it couldn't happen. Like
I feel like that's most
to the level that it is.
Because I feel like almost all anime really takes. Yeah,
but
it's one of those ideas. It's one of those fantasy ideas that it needs to be animated, and it's done quite well. Where the show is right now, don't really like it. It's okay. I think I enjoyed season. What are we on, season 4 right now?
Yeah, this is the second.
I enjoyed the first half of season 4 much more than I did the second half. But
I'm hoping it'll stick the landing. But Tokyo Revengers, I enjoy it because it's just like it starts off a little slow because they have to do some world building. But you get the premise in the first episode. The premise is very simple. I won't spoil it. It involves time travel, basic time travel, very simple rules that they explain right off the bat, and then it goes through. But the way the character building in that's so good, and also the story and the way it progresses, and it's very interesting. And that season finale got me hyped for season 2 very much.
All right. All right.
It's a good
So,
show. It's a good fucking
out of the
show.
three I've watched, that's what I'd consider my favorite anime.
So
Pretty much any anime by Studio Mappa is a good fucking anime.
Wait, so Tokyo Revengers is new?
It's new. They just
came out.
when I went back on my word saying I never watched another one, and I watched Tokyo Revengers, I was watching it as it was coming out. Like whatever that was, like 6 months ago, it was coming out fresh.
Damn. Okay.
God of High School is a pretty cool anime too. I like it. It's kind of weird, but it's a cool fighting anime. If that's all you wanted is to see some shit get fucked up, it's a good anime. There's also there's anime movies that you could watch.
I haven't watched any of the.
I've seen Akira. I love Akira. I think Akira is like a fantastic.
They just released a new anime film in theaters called Bell, because I remember seeing a trailer for it, and it's like out now.
Also,
I may have offloaded the anime movie I had, but there's a pretty good samurai anime movie that I would have recommended.
Was that the one like Blank and the Two Swords, or was that an anime movie?
Maybe.
What about Batman Ninja?
Yeah. Maybe was it Blade of the Immortal? I don't remember. I don't know. Basically, if you're gonna get drafted, don't die before you watch some more anime.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
I'll definitely check out Tokyo Revengers, especially since it's new.
Yeah,
I'll probably check that. Start that up tonight before you.
You should. And then it takes a few episodes, but anime is one of the things it's the easiest thing to binge because every episode's like 20 minutes flat, more or less.
Yeah. And
it's just easy. And also too, they do that Netflix trade where it's like every episode kind of ends on the cliffhanger.
So you want to go for the next one? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Speaking of episodes ending on a cliffhanger, back into the world of live action real quick. I started this show that I've been hearing about for a couple of years now. Just kind of seen on marketing. It's an Apple TV Plus show, right? And it's got a big name attached to it. A big name, a lot of people, consider a controversial figure, right? Man's made some fantastic movies, and his name is M. Night Shyamalan. And this TV show is called Servant.
He's controversial?
Yeah, I mean, he was really hailed as like the next Spielberg, and then he fell off a fucking cliff, basically.
Oh, I thought he said the N-word or something.
No. I just meant for his work, not for everything I know about M. Night Shyamalan. Apparently, he's a fucking wonderful man.
The way you set that up, I'm like, is he watching like some new Woody Allen series or something?
No, God, no. I just meant he's controversial in his work.
Yes, yeah, okay.
But yeah, no, it's called Servant, and it's kind of like a mystery box type show. You know what I mean? Where it's a lot of like questions and not a whole lot of answers early on. And it's got some like lower ratings on IMDb. It's at like a 7.7, I think, or a 7.4. And it took me forever to watch it. My parents started watching it recently, and they told me to get on it. And I was like, yeah, okay. I finally checked it out. It's got Toby Kebbell, Ambrose something. Anyway,
wait, Ambrose Cinguini?
No, that's not her name.
I just made that name up.
Lauren Ambrose from 6 Feet Under, and Rupert Grint from Harry Potter, and Toby Kebbell. It's really good though. It's really good. It's really fucked up. It's really dark. I was not expecting to be as into it as I was. And it's really like mysterious, and it's very much like every episode ends and you're like, I need to keep watching. I don't know what the fuck's happening. And it's just, I was really, really taken aback. And I'm just starting to wonder now if it's like, a lot of these Apple TV shows I'm seeing have medium ratings. And I'm like, yeah, are these actually good though? And I'm just missing out on it. Like, are these just rated low? Like I love Ted Lasso, but like
Ted Lasso's a great show, honestly.
Anyway, yeah. Servant really surprised me. I'm watching season 3 is coming out now. It's airing every Friday. Episode 3 will be out next week, and it's really good.
Right on.
You're gonna have to cram some animated shows in there too.
Oh, big time! No. I've been doing so much content watching though. I just got a new. I just bought a TV and the sound bar and all that for over there because Chess is over in the other room now. He's over in the old garage area. You know what I mean?
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah. We got it all fixed up and kind of nicened it up. He's got actually like a really nice room in there. His TV's all up in there. So I bought my own setup over there, and this is now his old room. Is my office.
Nice. You love to see it.
I miss content making, my boy. I miss making content, Hayden. I'm not gonna lie. I really want to get back to streaming at some point. I really do miss it.
Oh yeah, Burger Vid is in the process.
Oh yeah, what's what, do we have any sort of ETA on that? I know we've been waiting a while, but
well, I don't. I'm still working on it. ETA. Maybe I really have to pee, so maybe to wrap up the episode right quick, I'll give you guys a sneak preview of what we have so far, and then we'll call it an episode.
Okay.
So I found some generic sitcom music for like 90s sitcom for the intro. So I'll just get that set up. Here we go. Okay, so right away, stream audio sharing a window. Okay, I'll play right quick. Tell me if you guys hear audio.
Okay. No.
Audio? No? Okay, then I'm going to have to share it in a different method. Liam's
going to pee his pants.
Yeah, this is...
We're getting into dangerous territory, boys.
Share system audio. There we go.
You start hearing tinkling down the chair.
Okay.
We're good.
You're good.
Okay, here we go. So I'll just play the first intro and then like a quick little bit.
Damn, look at that. I know that guy.
That's me. Long hair. You look so big.
Mr. MC Double.
And anyway.
Incredible. Incredible. I love it.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Okay, I'm still sharing my window, aren't I? There we go.
That was fantastic.
Anyway, that's a little preview of the video.
That was actually much better than I was going to say. I loved your choice of shots for the character intros. That was great. Very funny.
I take my bow. Anyway, I'm about to urinate. So thank you guys all so much for joining us on another Sunday evening. We're going to forego the raid because I do not have the
he's got to go.
capability.
It's okay. It's all right.
Thanks, folks. We'll see you on the next one.
See you tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. Next week. Well,
no, I'll be here tomorrow. I'll be doing my thing tomorrow.
Yeah, look at Jake's thing tomorrow. Anyway,
look at me tomorrow. I'm the captain now.
He's the captain now.
This man has a thing. It's tomorrow.
Go watch his stream.
Tomorrow. I don't know when. My stream schedule's fucked because school. But hey, you guys know.
Also, we do have that 24-hour stream. Good luck knifing giveaway.
That's true. That's true.
February 25th.
That's true. February 25th. Go watch Harvey, but watch me tomorrow.
Watch.
Liam, go piss. Fuck's sake.
Okay, we're out of here. Broadcast.
We're out of here. Bye.